What? How are you all doing? I've just drank... Well, Inky just gave me 3 shots of espresso and I've had about 1.5 litres of black coffee today. So I'm waiting for the world to catch up, or the world is waiting for me to slow down. I haven't quite figured out which yet, but I did say in yesterday's vlog things were going to be a bit uneventful today. I think they have been. Alright.
That's it. What's up, Iggy? I've come up with a new recipe.
Yeah, Iggy's learning to cook. Dar's playing Stadia. Final Fantasy Edition. How's it going, Dar?
Going alright.
Excellent.
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 Excellent. And do you know what's really crazy? You're like, what, 9 hours in and you're only now doing the first team?
Yeah.
First team?
Yeah.
Here's the first team.
Yeah.
Good job. You've done like every other quest that's open to you though, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Found.
I like him. Yay, Prompto. Best character in the game, just saying. Final Fantasy. I think he's playing it. I said yesterday, my big groove was to get all the nitty gritty important stuff done. Today would be focused on sorting out my Nans computer that came through the post yesterday. Done that, had a bit of chuckle whilst doing it, but because I'd gotten everything done yesterday, I actually got to sit down and do a proper stream today. Didn't plan to stream as long as I did, but about, was it 4.5, nearly 5 hours, I think. I think it was about 4, probably about 4, maybe 5. I can't really remember. It was in that region, it was in that ballpark. It was either close to 4 or close to 5. And I ended up playing through, so yesterday we did Gladys DLC episode, and that left Prompto, Iggy, Adam, and the multiplayer expansion. Don't know if I'm going to touch the multiplayer expansion because I've been told it's largely dead. I don't really know what's going to have in it anyway, but you know, not really a thing. Apparently it only seems to tie in at one point, though there might be some little bits of lore and stuff I might want to pick up, so I might have a go at that. But I ended up going through today Prompto's and Iggy's episodes, both of them full things, and they were pretty fun. Initially I was concerned because when I played through Prompto as Prompto in the story, there's like a mission at the end of the game. I think I mentioned it yesterday, where you have to play through a certain boss fight, or a section of a certain boss fight, using each of Noctis's guardians, Prompto, Iggy, and Gladdy. Prompto, whilst one of my favourite characters, combat-wise just didn't seem to mesh with me at that point. Because honestly, I didn't catch the tutorial for him. Like, it comes up with a little bit like, this is how Prompto works, and here's how you have to play as him, because he uses guns, which is very weird in Final Fantasy. The fact that Prompto controls, when you play his episode, so in that one section, like literally just run around, you aim, you fire, and the boss is basically dead. In the episode, Prompto's entire episode basically plays like a really basic third-person shooter. It was neat, but I'll be honest with you, combat was probably my least favourite of all of the episodes I've played thus far. I'm not a fan of. I loved Prompto's story, but it just seemed really. There were some bits in it that I couldn't see the point. Like, they were just there to almost pad out the missions. Like, hey, look, here's a level 99 boss that is optional. Do you want to fight it? And I'm like, no, not really. So in the end, I tried a couple of them. I just started burning through healing items. And I was just like, nah, I can't be bothered with this. Like, there's like most enemies here just literally one shot Prompto. So there must be something I'm missing. So we're gonna bail out on them and just do the main story. But it was fun. It was neat. I liked it. And then I went and did Iggy's. We had a bit of time left, and I was like, you know what? They're only about 2 hours a piece for these episodes. I'm going to take a crack at Iggy's. Iggy's combat, of all of the episodes I've played, best combat so far. Like, it's super fun, element-based combat. You know, so like you press on the hang on. You press on the D-pad to change which element you're using. I can't remember what was the bottom thing, I don't remember. But either way, like you had like lightning and fire and ice. And then each one had not just a different element, but a different type of attack. So like ice would hit multiple enemies at once. Fire would be best focused on a single enemy. Lightning, you could use it to kind of almost teleport from where you stood to where an enemy was within a given range. And then like pure focus, which is like Iggy's like concentration, depending on level of concentration, depending like his special was based on focus. So depending on what element you had, the special would change. Would it attack multiple enemies with a really powerful attack? Would it do a single enemy at multiple points? Would it attack enemies or do massive damage to enemies that had like shock or whatever? And it literally covered the Leviathan section, which was interesting because it wasn't too obvious about what was going on with Iggy up to that point, but cool. Same with the Prompto thing. You know, they fill in the episodes are there to fill in gaps that you miss, because obviously you're playing as Noctis, and Noctis, the three other main characters leave the group at points, so you know you follow on. But Iggy's was interesting. But I will be honest, the Gladys is probably worst story-wise, but combat-wise is probably better than Prompto's. Iggy's is best combat-wise, but story-wise, you know, bit better than Gladys. And Prompto's top story, and Iggy. Well, I don't know what the fuck ever I'm talking about. They're good. Just I prefer. Right, Prompto's story is top. Iggy's is not so great, but it's still better than fucking Gladiol's. And then combat wise, Prompto bottom, then Gladi, then Iggy. That's not actually entirely true though, because Prompto's is pretty solid, and Gladi's is all timing based, and that was just not a thing for me. But yeah, coolness. So did those, and then basically by the time I finished Iggy's, it was time to get the Kitty Links from his school. So I haven't had a chance to do Arden's yet, which I'm really looking forward to, because he's the main villain of the game. Was one of the main villains in the game. And I think Arden's story is very much like how they're going to tell the story of the reboot Sephiroth from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think, maybe, possibly. Neat. I think he's a neat character. Inky doesn't like him at all. He's one of those characters you kind of love to hate, but I'm sure the backstory is going to be pretty neat. So I'm going to do that and probably fuck the multiplayer thing. Anyway. Quickly correction for yesterday's vlog. I said both the kids had a good day in school. I wasn't told. Noodle had a not so great ending to yesterday's day at school, but either way, it was all right. They both had all right days in school. Today, they had all right days in school. It was rad. I got to hang out with them a bit this evening, and it was all groovy. And then when they went to bed, I watched the Final Fantasy 15 Brotherhood anime. That was neat too. A bit of backstory for each of the main characters: Prompto, Iggy, Glacial, and I think there's a little bit about Lady Luna Freya and Gladys' sister, Iris. Yeah. It was neat. I liked the animation in it. The music kind of threw me off a bit, and I liked the way they expanded on certain characters' stories. But yeah, it's all right. I'm going to watch the Arden episode later because it leads into the. There's an Arden animation which leads into the DLC episode. There's loads of tie-in material for Final Fantasy 15. 15 seems to be... 7 was a beast for tie-in material. 13 had a shite ton of tie-in material from what I understand. It had like 13.2 Lightning Returns, and then other stuff. What did 7 have? 7 had 7 Crisis Core before Crisis. Crisis Core before Crisis. What the hell? Dirge of Cerberus. Advent Children. I already said Advent Children. And then there was the anime tie-in for that as well. So yeah, there was quite a bit of stuff for that. Yes. Really want to get the book for Final Fantasy 15. Anyway, enough Final Fantasy 15. You'll never have to hear of Final Fantasy 15 again from me, like from tomorrow, probably, maybe, if you're lucky. But it's worth giving it a go. Seriously, try it. Oh bloody hell! It's gone to sleep again. I don't think it's gone to sleep. Oh, got my phone to have it up. This is Nan's computer, by the way, hooked up using William's power supply to William's keyboard and my mouse that goes to the Rocket Sova. Interestingly enough, actually, my machine upstairs, I haven't tried it on Williams and Theo's, but my version of this upstairs that I use for my Linux gaming rig, when you have the Sova connected up to it, when you boot, the machine, it won't boot. It won't go past the Dell splash screen or whatever. It won't do it. So you have to unplug the thing. But when you're trying to get into the BIOS, that's kind of a ball ache. So I made the USB stick for that using the Strix, the Asus ROG Strix, which was an absolute ball ache because the Strix fan is still not happy, and I'm not happy with the Strix at this point. Looks like it's full of stuff. The second I booted it, it was like, oh yeah, let's download Windows updates, and filled the drive, which was dumb. And then the battery almost ran out as I made the memory stick. But I took out a graphics card from it. It came with this ancient AMD GPU. Has DVI on it. My Nan doesn't use DVI, she's using VGA, so rather than Windows trying to install drivers for it, I pulled it because I don't want to complicate things for my Nan. She's using a VGA monitor. That machine has the Intel GPU running a VGA port on the back of it, so that's enough for my Nan. Fresh install of Windows 10 on it, wiped everything that was on the machine, put Windows 10 on it, used her Windows 7 license key that's on the machine to get that up and running. I guess it's active. If it doesn't work, then I guess I'll buy her another key. I hope that didn't go to sleep, because that's going to be annoying as balls if it did. But yeah, it looks like it's done. So here you go. All I've literally got to do now is once I'm sure everything's up to date, I've got a browser put on there. Just put Google Chrome on there. I can't remember if Nan was using Chrome or Firefox, but I might put both on there. And then when I take it to Nan's, it's just a case of plugging in all of her stuff. So her keyboard and mouse, her Wi-Fi dongle, stuff like that. And then, yeah, like keyboard, mouse, monitor, obviously. Transfer over her data, which is next to nothing. And she's got Norton on her machine. I don't know what version of Norton she's got, but I'll see if she wants me to if there's a kind of a modern I don't know anything about Norton, if I had to be honest, like if they have multiple versions, or because her machine's running Vista at the moment. Her machine she has now is running Vista. I don't know if maybe they've changed the name or whatever of Norton. I don't know. I just know she has a subscription to it. Download the equivalent, transfer the subscription, jobs are done, and Nans machine is basically ready to go. I mean, you can fit my Nans files on a memory stick. There's like a few photos in the photos folder, and then just say to like, Nan, you know how to log into your accounts. Just log into your accounts. Maybe set up her email for her. So she just has to click the mail button or whatever, and then job done. While setting this machine up, though, I will say, dumbest thing I've seen in my life. I would understand if it was a laptop, but it was a desktop. Windows 10. As you're setting it up, find my computer. Just in case you lose your computer, we can keep track of it for you, or something to that effect. And I looked at it, I read it, and then I looked over at the computer. And I look back at the thing to just reread it, just to make... It's a tower. Like, it's not going to fucking put it in my pocket and lose it, you know what I mean? It's not going to drop out of my pocket as I'm walking through the airport or something. It's a bloody tower unit. It's going to be sat in my house. I mean, it'd be great if some crim breaks in, nicks me stuff, and then I can go, oh, you bastard, I know where you are. But that's not a... that's not how it's going to work. If it was a laptop, it'd be great, but... Yeah. Oh god, everything has to have a find my device thing on it now, and it's just like, in some applications maybe, but this, no. Yeah, spent a bit of time setting that up. Relatively painful because it is Windows. I would have much preferred to have had Linux installed on there, but it's not about what I want, it's what my Nan wants to run. If she needs anything done to the machine, I'll go and sort it out for her rather than having other family members do it, because yeah, the only reason I'm doing this now is because someone said to my Nan that there was going to be something wrong with her computer, and I was like, I'll sort it out for you. I could have just put Windows 10 on her current machine, but yeah, it didn't cost a lot to buy the machine. It was actually going to cost me about the same amount to buy that machine as it would have done to have bought the SSD to upgrade our old one, so to kind of give it a bit more pep, speed it up a bit, you know. But yeah, and that's my day. That is my day. So I'm gonna go crash out. I'm starting to feel that the world is slowing down again. The coffee's wearing off, so I might go drink some more and then go to bed, because Inky's gone and bought another couple of bags of coffee. Insufferable ass. It's what is it called? What is it called? God, Inky, kill the big machine! Big machine! Concentration, wife! There you go, Grumpy Mule. Or my translation, insufferable ass the coffee. So I'm drinking too much coffee. I'm drinking way too much coffee. I need to stop drinking coffee. Twitch. Yeah, I'm gonna head off. Fluff day. So I hope you're well, and I'll see you all with a bit of luck tomorrow. I promise you, maybe it'll be the last time we talk about Final Fantasy 15. Love that game. That's alright. It's semi-decent. Almost the last time.